Hi, everyone. Hola. My name is Angie Long. The students call me Profe Long. I'm so excited to be here with you today and share some information about IB Spanish 3. I'm not sure who's going to watch this, if it'll be just my students or maybe some parents, but I'm really excited to be your teacher this year. Parents, I'm really looking forward to being your child's teacher this year. Spanish 3 is a wonderful experience. Students grow a lot from Spanish 3 and the different themes we cover and the different things that we do with the language. It's a very, very fun class to teach. So I'm very excited to be teaching this. And even though we're teaching it online right now, hopefully at some point we'll be back together again. And until then, we will do our very best online. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys and try to present. Oops, this is the first time we've done this particular. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. All right, so hopefully you can see that. And we have a little presentation, a few slides to go through about IB Spanish 3 and IB Spanish 4-5. For the most part, this presentation will really be centered on IB Spanish 3 since that's what's offered quarter 1. If you are a Spanish 4-5 student or parent of a Spanish 4-5 student, and after this you have further questions, please reach out to Mr. Dames, and he will be happy to answer those questions for you. So hopefully that helps. Okay, so let's take a look. What to expect from this presentation. All right, so number 1, we're going to have an introduction of our Spanish department. Number 2, explanation of our Spanish program at Rex Putnam High School, what we are not and what we are. Number 3, especially important for those new Spanish 3 students, explanation of what is studied in IB Spanish 3. And then number 4, what to expect during synchronous, in-person, and asynchronous independent sessions. Let's take a look. Here's a Spanish department at Rex Putnam. Obviously, that's me right there. My name is Angie Long. I've been at Putnam since 2013, but I first started teaching in 1998 in David Douglas School District. And then I moved to Gresham Barlow School District, and now I've been in North Clackamas since 2013 here at Putnam. I'm married to another longtime educator. His name's Andy, and I'm a mom to 3 kids in the district, junior at Clackamas High School and 2 8th graders at Rock Creek Middle School. And this year I'm currently teaching Spanish 2 and IB Spanish 3. And our other Spanish teacher is Mr. Dames, George Bumper Dames. He goes by Bumper. He's been at Putnam since 2013 as well. We got hired the same year. And he this year is currently teaching Spanish 1 and Spanish 4-5. And we didn't include this on his slide, but he is also married and has 2 adorable children. Now, these next couple slides are important because it talks about our approach to language acquisition here at Rex Putnam High School. The first slide here says what we are not. We do not have a traditional grammar-focused approach to studying Spanish. If there's any parents listening right now that grew up when I grew up, we had packets upon packets of grammar exercises and memorization of vocabulary that you would never use in a million years, and memorizing verb tenses and all kinds of things. So it's a little different now. We have a more communicative approach. So down below here, you'll see you will not take a textbook home. You will not have a grammar workbook to turn in. You will not be expected to speak and write perfectly in Spanish. And you will not have to memorize huge lists of vocabulary that is irrelevant and not useful in our current world. Now in IB Spanish, we do teach some grammar, more so than in Spanish 2. But the grammar is just a portion of what we're learning, not the main event. Now we have what we are. We're a program that teaches language acquisition, or the learning of Spanish, versus the studying or analysis of Spanish. We want students to learn Spanish. We want them to acquire Spanish just like you acquired your first language, with repetition, stories, talking, listening, not analyzing and conjugating verbs. If you follow the slide, it says you will be surrounded by the language, learn to read, write, and speak the language in meaningful and authentic ways. You will make mistakes, and you will learn from those mistakes, and you will learn the language through various real-world themes from our IB curriculum. And that, of course, is new for Spanish 3. We didn't do IB themes in Spanish 1 and 2. So what is IB Spanish all about, and how is it different from a regular Spanish class? I can tell you I've taught Spanish 3 in a school that is not IB, and it is different than an IB Spanish class. So the main difference is stated below. It says IB Spanish is different than a regular Spanish language class. That is because the IB Spanish curriculum is broken down into 5 basic themes. Those themes dictate what topics we study during the year. The 5 themes are: theme number 1, identities. Explore the nature of self and what it is like to be human. Some possible topics include lifestyle, health and well-being, language, and identity. Theme number 2, experiences. Explore and tell the stories of the events, experiences, and journeys that shape our lives. Possible topics include holiday, travel, life stories, customs, and traditions. And theme number 3, social organizations. Explore the ways in which groups of people organize themselves or are organized through common systems or interests. Possible topics include education, law and order, the working world, and organizations. Theme number 4, sharing the planet. Excuse me, I gotta plug in my computer here. Explore the challenges and opportunities faced by individuals and communities in the modern world. Possible topics include the environment, globalization, and human rights. And our final theme, number 5, is human ingenuity. Explore the ways in which human creativity and innovation affect our world. Possible topics include scientific innovation, technology, and media. So as we look at these 5 themes, they probably seem kind of overwhelming. Those are real world themes, and we're talking about real world things that are happening. But that's the difference between Spanish language and now we're getting into IB Spanish. So we're using our skills to talk about the real world. As we move into the real world, as we get out of Rex Putnam, people aren't going to ask you how to conjugate verbs. People are not going to ask you about some of the silly stories that we've told in class. What they might ask you is your opinion on changes in climate. They might ask you your opinion on social media and if it's good or bad. So those are the types of things that we want to be able to explain in a second language. It's very exciting. And in Spanish 3 and then Spanish 4-5, our students' ability to express themselves in the language is very exciting. It really increases, and it's pretty amazing. So it's an exciting thing to teach. Okay, so during comprehensive distance learning, we have 2 types of learning. And you may have already heard these 2 words. The first one is synchronous, right here. Synchronous learning means the learning that we're doing during our Google Meets, our live sessions together, like a real class. The other word is asynchronous. Asynchronous means the learning that you're doing independently. So let's look at what to expect during synchronous sessions. Listening to Spanish appropriate to your level. Presentations on vocabulary appropriate for current topic discussed in class. opportunities to write and discuss in Spanish what we've learned in the day's lesson, moments to speak the language structures taught in class that day with small groups and large groups, sheltered grammar instruction that is appropriate for our level, stories, books, and articles to read both in class and on your own, and instruction on how to write using different text types. This is an IB piece of the IB curriculum, learning to write in different types of texts. Some examples I have below, it says formal letter, blog, survey. We've done informal letters, we've done interviews, we've done brochures, all kinds of writing. And that is part of our IB curriculum. Now, what to expect in your asynchronous sessions. Basically, you can expect to practice what we've gone over in class by extending your understanding. Some of what you'll see will include, but is not limited to, listening and comprehending songs, completing vocabulary activities, reading short books, stories, and articles, completing projects, IB writing practice using different text types, which we already mentioned. And then one thing we're going to include for IB Spanish 3 is the Duolingo podcast. Some of you have used Duolingo on an app on your phone, but they also have a podcast. It's in Spanish and English, and we'll be listening to that during our asynchronous sessions, and there is some writing practice that goes along with it. Okay. And last but not least, questions. Now, this is not a live session, so I can't field questions immediately, but please reach out via email and let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help. I'd be happy to email you back. And because we're using our computers so much, I'm getting faster and faster at emailing back because I'm right with my computer all the time. So I guess that's a silver lining of being with our computer all the time. Down below it says here, I look forward to meeting everyone next week. Our first synchronous session is Monday, September 14th at 10:15. Follow the link on Google Classroom to join our meeting. And I can't wait to see you guys all there. I truly cannot wait to get going with Spanish 3. No, it is not. Let me stop presenting here. It is not the way that we thought Spanish 3 would look this year. It is not the preferred way, but you know what? We're going to do the best we can with what we have. And I'm here for you. You guys are going to give it your all. You guys are amazing students. And I truly look forward to meeting you, getting to know you, and crossing our fingers that someday we'll be back in this room right here, A21, where I'm at right now. We'll be back here together. I sure hope so. All right, take care, and let me know if you have any questions.